And just before we get started with some stretches, I wanted to show you how you can release this area with some of these tools. So let me just show you. So what we're going to do is we're just going to target these hip flexors and upper part of the thigh. If you have a foam roller, I'll show you with the foam roller. You can lie down on top of it here and just start by kind of making some small rolls through the middle and then shifting into that left front of the hip just right below the bone. So you're going to feel that bone here. You want to just kind of get that foam roller in there and roll. Now you can do the same thing if you have a mobility stick. You can sit kind of in 90-90 and you can get up here and just roll with your stick. You can also just use your hand. So you can use your hand and you can use the side of your hand and just kind of saw and rub in this area to just kind of prep the psoas and hip flexor up there. Now hip flexors run really deep in the body, so they're not that superficial, but it's still good to kind of rub here and down the thigh. And then if you have a ball, what I like to do, so the ball is actually, this is a 5-inch foam ball, and this is a way to really get in there deep and specific in this area. So I like using the ball here for this particular spot that gets tight on a lot of people. So if you have one of these things, if not, we're going to get going with some of the hip flexor stretches after this. But if you have something, or again just using the hand, let's just spend about 30 seconds, 1 minute here on each side before we stretch out the hip flexors. We're just going to switch over to the other side. And if you want more information about these items and where to get them and the exact names, because it's hard to know when you're searching on Amazon or wherever, just send me an email and I'll send you the direct link. Okay, now let's stretch the hip flexor in a standing position. So we're going to go up to standing, and I'm just going to bring that left foot back. We're going to do that big toe, tuck that hip under, reach that left arm up long. So you should kind of feel this right here in the front, and then we're going to side bend towards the right and take 5 deep breaths. So let's get a nice spine, hip flexor, a lot of different things here going on. Press down through that big toe and just take 5 nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And then let's take it to the other side. So we're going to go right foot back, lift that heel, tuck that hip under, reach that right arm up and side bend it over. And 5 deep breaths. And then we're gonna take it down to a half kneeling hip flexor stretch. So half kneeling hip flexor stretch, you can stay in standing if you prefer to stay in standing and do another one that way if you don't want to put pressure on the knee, or you can come down to this half kneeling, tuck that booty under, and this is going to get deeper into the front here. And let's just hold this again for 5 deep breaths. Inhale through the nose. Taking this moment just to get some deep breaths in. It's good to do deep breathing all throughout the day. Taking 5 minutes to just do some deep breaths. Morning, midday, afternoon, evening can really help your nervous system feel safer, calmer, just better in your body and in the world. And let's go to the other side. We're going to do half kneeling hip flexor on that right. Remember, we have a tendency to kind of lean forward like this, and that's not going to get the stretch. So you just want to drive that hip forward, tilt that pelvis under, press that top of the foot down into the floor. You can see which way you feel it more. You might feel the stretch more with the toes curled under. You might feel it better if you press the top of the foot down. Take 5 deep breaths. You can move your spine while you're in this stretch. So if you want to side bend a little bit, if you have the balance. If not, we don't want this to be too much of a balance challenge, but if you just kind of side bend left and right, will help you target down through that IT band some. If you find that you're holding your breath, then that means it's too much. So don't do the side bends. Maybe it's too much of a balance challenge. If you're holding your breath, your system feels under threat. So then that's not working. So get safer and be able to sync up your breathing with the exercise. I hope you found this video helpful. If you would like to gain more mobility and strength to feel better in your body, I offer a free club membership where you can enroll to receive my weekly excerpts and more. Just click on the link in the description, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me via text, email, or Instagram. Thanks for watching, and let's keep getting stronger and more mobile to live longer.